10-year-olds are ruining makeup stores. Lately, Sephora employees have been complaining on TikTok that every time they work a shift, the majority of customers are children under the age of 13 that have no manners. They go up to the sample section and quite literally destroy everything and make a huge mess that they don't even bother cleaning up. In fact, some workers are saying that the kids will open up packaged products from a set just to take one or two items, thus resulting in the store losing hundreds if not thousands of dollars worth of product.
Always when the groups of kids come into the store that we then find all of the empty Summer Fridays boxes.
As a result, some Sephora locations are allegedly removing testers entirely because it's not worth them if the kids are just gonna ruin it and not purchase anything. And it's not like they can ban 10-year-olds from coming into their store. Not to mention, people in the comments section were saying things like when they were 10 years old, they were playing with Barbies and watching Rugrats. Meanwhile, nowadays they're putting on a full face of makeup and are wanting to grow up faster and faster.
These viral clips have been going around of kids going in Sephora making a big mess. They go and play with the drunk elephant testers and make skincare smoothies, so I'm gonna check my Sephora and see how messy the drunk elephant testers are.
These 10-year-old girls at Sephora are crazy, but what's crazier are the parents that aren't parenting.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Jo, and hi, welcome. If this is your first time, hi, welcome to my channel. And on this channel I give Zen vlogs, motivational talks, and commentary. I literally speak about whatever I want to talk about. And if you're not subscribed, kindly subscribe to my channel and like this video. Please like this video and comment, because that's how you let the algorithm know that you're enjoying my content, and it will push my content out there for other users to see my videos. That being said, let's get right into this video. I'm trying to reach 15,000 subscribers by the end of this month. So guys, please, let's make that happen. So let's just get right into this video. So guys, today we're talking about Gen Alphas. Yes, Gen Alphas. Gen Alphas once again. I don't know, should I just have a playlist for Gen Zs and Gen Alphas? Like, should I? I don't know. I think I should. So anyways, today we're talking about the Gen Alphas, and on today's episode of Gen Alphas, they are actually obsessed with Sephora products.
I just saw a girl on my For You page talking about how Sephora has become the new Claire's. There's a bunch of 10-year-olds running around fiending for Drunk Elephant and like looking for rare beauty as if Selena Gomez is in the building. And let me tell you, I have a story for you. These 10-year-olds are crazy. Like literally the most feral. I was a camp counselor. The Sephora kids are different than any type of kids. First of all, whatever did happen to Claire's? Because I catch myself going into Claire's sometimes when I want a pair of cheap earrings or like a...
In my opinion, why are children, literally children, why are they obsessed with beauty and skincare products? So in case you guys don't know, the beauty and the skincare scene at Sephora is just creating a whole buzz, because 10-year-olds, the Gen Alphas, they are eagerly exploring their favorite brands. Then again, this is what I'm asking. Why should a child have favorite brands in Sephora? Sephora are not for younger children. They are marketed towards young adults upwards. And obviously this is a trend and it's everywhere now. This not only surprises people, but it also highlights the significance that Gen Alphas has on purchases and the role of social media when it comes to discovering products. There's been a recent increase in discussions about Gen Alpha's interest in Sephora and luxury skincare brands like Drunk Elephant. And for context, Gen Alphas, the eldest of Gen Alpha, is literally 14 years. So, and they turned 14 years in 2024. And we are still in January. That means most of them are like 13, 12, 11, 10. And we're talking about this video primarily focuses on 10-year-olds. That's how young they are. On platforms like TikTok, Instagram, Reddit, even Reddit, everywhere, X, like literally all over social media, people are out here sharing stories of disruptive behaviors by these kids in Sephora stores. These behaviors include creating a mess with the tester product and being rude to fellow shoppers. They are rude to fellow shoppers while they are all excitedly grabbing anti-aging products and high-end cosmetics.
Excuse me? Is that the whipped cream? Drunk elephant?
Yeah.
I think you have the last one.
How old are you?
I'm 9. I'm turning 10 next month.
Anyways, can you get out of my vibe?
So is it okay if I try it?
Wait, I'm actually about to try it real quick. Do you mind though?
Yeah, my mom is waiting for me and they're about to leave soon. And please don't squeeze it out. Can you not squeeze it out?
Can you not see? Everyone else is also looking for the brand, but like this is the last one. And this is actually the trial one anyway, so I don't think we can even buy this. I just wanted to try
I
it
don't
out.
think that's the trial one.
How do you like? What are you wanting? Can you please like get out of my way?
What are you talking about? Sephora is literally my playground. What are you, like 40? This will never be your place. Can you please leave? Stop crowding up the place.
Are those like your sisters or your friends? Because you guys
It doesn't
are
matter who
crowding
they are.
and messing up the whole store. So if you just don't mind, because I don't usually associate myself with like 10-year-olds. Anyways, let's just.
I'm so sorry. I have tried my best to make this a really fair fight.
Wait, actually, oh my god, what is wrong with that? Like, I cannot make this up. Like, what is going on with these 10-year-olds at Sephora? Like, I'm actually done. Like, literally, that was the last one. Like, that's crazy.
Who are the Gen Alphas? The Gen Alphas, they were born between the mid-2010s and the mid-2020s, and they are obviously after Gen Zs. So they are the first set of people, or they are the first set of generation to literally grow up entirely in the 21st century. And not only that, they are the first set of generations to be entirely surrounded by technology. Most of these Gen Alphas, they've actually not even finished elementary school. That is literally how young they are. This trend became more apparent during the holidays when parents actually shared extravagant wish lists from their kids, including pricey skincare items. I don't know, in my last Gen Alpha video when I spoke about how the fact they could not read, I don't know if you guys can remember when I briefly mentioned that a child's Christmas wish included skincare, and I questioned why a kid actually, or why kids need skincare, because to me, children have no business with serum. I think the only skincare a child needs is their body cream, moisturizer, and sunscreen. There were two therapists, Lindsay Fleming and Stacey McCarthy. I think they were interviewed by BuzzFeed, and they said that the fascinations that this generation of people, these children have with beauty products, comes from a desire for them to fit in, not because they genuinely need this skincare product. So according to them, it's more about what their friends have, it's more about what they see their friends do than the impact this product has on their skin. Surprisingly, there are reports from Sephora visitors and current and former employees about young kids misbehaving in stores, causing chaos and being rude to staff. Literally, these kids are growing up too fast and they're missing out on the carefree pleasures of twinhood. Saying, if you don't know what twinhood is the stage between childhood and adolescence. And in many of these videos, there is this sort of meanness in some of the conversations between these kids and the Sephora customers.
I didn't know they came with the blushes too.
Excuse
We
me,
gonna
are
go
you
ahead
getting
and
that one? It's the last one.
yeah. I was thinking about getting it mine.
But you're a boy.
I never understood what y'all was talking about when y'all said 10-year-olds at Sephora until just now. So me at my old age decides to walk into Sephora because new year, new products. Let me try something new. As soon as I walk in, this group of girls are just staring at me. Kikiing, giggling, laughing, but guess who's about to get the last laugh when I become your stepdaddy because it's new makeup? I was just shopping around looking at the new viral products on TikTok and I saw Drunk Elephant came out with blush drops. Girl, it's the last one. So I pick it up, I'm looking at it. Ooh, do I really want this? Ooh, it's the last one. And this little girl comes over with her hot Cheeto-ass fingers talking about, are you gonna get that? It's the last one. I'm like, yeah, I'm thinking about getting it. Oh, but you're a boy. Huh? My initial reaction is just laugh. But she keeps going, you're a boy. Why are you in Sephora? Why do you need makeup? I looked at her, I said, and girl, you're 10. Only makeup that you need is that Claire's Disney collab. Not no $30, $40 Drunk Elephant drops, babes. You can't even drink. Time out.
I saw a video on my For You page talking about how Sephora has become the new Claire's. Like every single time you walk in, all you see is 10 to 13 year olds wrestling each other over Drunk Elephant. And while I haven't lived in the States for a while, I visited a couple of months ago and oh boy, do I have a story for you. So right now I live in South Korea, but as many of you guys know, we don't have a lot of Sephora's here. Most people here go to a drugstore called Olive Young. And while Olive Young has a lot of different Korean beauty stuff, they don't exactly have darker shades and they don't have any kind of American product. I'm not really somebody who's very good at makeup, but I used to watch a lot of beauty YouTubers back in the day. I visited the States back in February, and as you can tell, I am a pretty pale person. Especially during the wintertime, I don't really tend to go outside, so my skin is just very ghostly and kind of sickly looking. So I really wanted to get some products that kind of livened up my face, and as many of you guys know, the Drunk Elephant bronze drops were going really viral on TikTok a couple of months ago, and I thought that might be helpful, as well as some more like glowy, bronzy products that they don't really have in Korea. And granted, at this time, I did not know that the Drunk Elephant trend was for 10 to 13-year-olds. Like, I thought all these products and ingredients were for like adults or like people my age. So I go into the Sephora, I ask the employee where all the Drunk Elephant stuff is. She directs me to the correct aisle, and then I walk over. When I walk over to that specific section, I see a group of 10 to 11 10-year-olds in the aisle. I go like, excuse me, can I maybe get into the aisle? And then I kid you not, all of these 10-year-olds in sync literally turn to me, and then they literally refuse to move, like I'm an inconvenience to them. And me and these girls are just in like a weird standoff for like 30 to 40 seconds until I'm literally like, fuck this shit, and I walk straight through the group of them. I'm not gonna say body checking all of these 10-year-olds, but I'm like, if you guys are so rude that you don't want to like get out of the way for somebody who wants to just simply go look at a product, you kind of deserve to get a little bit, you know what I mean? So after I walk through the group of girls and I'm just like looking at the products, I hear one of the little girls mutter under her breath, "I understand why you're so desperate to get those. I hope my face doesn't look like yours when I'm your age." I'm 20. I'm 20 years old, guys. Despite all of these tattoos, I am 20 years old. And getting told that somebody doesn't want to look like me in the future is like, what the actual fuck? iPad kids are truly the most terrifying thing about the future, and I hope that they just get outside and touch some grass some days, because this shit ain't cool.
I definitely empathize with store employees who vent frustrations about kids making a mess, but there are posts that encourage being mean to little girls at Sephora. And I personally do not know about that, because I feel like a lot of us are actually forgetting what it feels like to be that age.
Pardon me for being in my Snuggie, but with the whole epidemic of little girls at Sephora, because reminder, you're 10 to 11 at Sephora, you're a little girl, you're a child, you can be mean to kids. It's not illegal. You can't get in trouble for it. If they're being a cunt, be a cunt back, you know? Don't hit them. But if a little girl at Sephora is being a bitch to you, be 10 times meaner back. Humble those bitches, please.
Gen Alphas, they are referred to as the honey badgers, which means that they are not afraid to defy authority. They are built different, and they are not afraid to speak up their minds and to say their minds when they need to. We're going to put the blame on the parents. I will put the blame on the parents, and oh my goodness, at this point, I'm just exhausted. In case you guys do not know, I'm actually a millennial. I was born 1996, and I just recently turned 28 2 weeks ago. And honestly, I'm going to blame my fellow millennials. Kids mainly copy what they see their parents do. Instead of showering them with unnecessary stuff, parents should also teach these children values. I feel like some parents are more like facilitators than they are actual parents. Honestly, I get that parenting is tough, but I feel like if it's done right, a child can only do too much.
These 10-year-old girls at Sephora are crazy, but what's crazier are the parents that aren't parenting. So the other day when I was working, we were kind of busy, so the line was kind of long, and this little girl walks up to me, and her basket is literally overflowing. Like, the amount of products that were in there, she had to have been maybe 9, 10, maybe 11 years old, but regardless, definitely way too young to be shopping at Sephora. And I start grabbing the items out so I could scan them, and before I can start, she goes, "Wait, I have 2 perfumes on hold. Can you get those too?" And I'm like, "Yeah, of course. What's your name?" So I go grab her perfumes, and then she goes, "Can you scan those first so I can see how much they are?" So I proceed to scan the 2 perfumes, and the 2 perfumes alone came out to $300. $300. $300. So after she saw the price of the 2 perfumes, I guess that wasn't enough. So she was like, "Okay, yeah, you can scan the rest of the items in the basket." She's by herself. So I'm kind of just like, who's with her? Like, did she come with a sister, a friend, her mom? Like, who is this little girl with? So I finished scanning all her products, and her total came out to almost $900. After I told her total, she looks at me and she She looks at me and she kind of gives me like a nervous kind of look. She's like, and in my head, I'm like, girl, yeah, what did you think the total was gonna come out to? So I see her look to her left. To the left, I see that there's an older lady who is her mom and a younger girl, which is her sister. And they're checking out at the register like 2 down from me. And the little girl calls the sister over and the sister's like, what? Like, how much is it? And she's like, well, how much was yours? And the sister goes, 500. She said that so normal, like she literally looked at her and said, yeah, $500. So the one that I'm helping out goes, well, mine is almost $900. So then her sister is like, well, do you have enough? And she was like, no, but I'm probably just gonna use mom's money. So I'm kind of just watching this all go down, and in my head I'm like, so what are we doing here? Like, are you gonna get it or not? Like, our line is long. It was literally right after the holidays. You know, the line wasn't gonna get any shorter. So then I tell the girl, are you gonna be paying cash or card? And she goes, sorry, can you give me 1 second? And I'm like, yeah, sure. So she calls her mom over, and the mom like looks at me and she smiles, and then she looks down and goes, wait, how much is it? And the little girl tells her. The mom literally freaked out. She was like, what? No way you're about to spend $900. Which in my head, I'm like, period. Like, thank you for putting her in place. Anyways, the mom is furious, and the little girl is just looking at her like, what? Like, yeah, bitch, I'm gonna spend $900. Like, I don't know what you're looking at. So I'm kind of just looking at them like, what do I do? And then the mom goes, take something out. The little girl lost her mind. She's like, no, I'm not taking anything out. And the mom was like, no, you're gonna take something out because what even is in there? So she's like, what even is that? And the little girl's like, it's a flower bomb. I don't even know what a flower bomb is, but apparently it was a perfume. And the mom's like, you literally already have 2 other perfumes. Like, why do you need another one? And the little girl's just like, because I want it. Growing up, if I ever said anything like that to my mom, it's a wrap. It's a wrap, because we're not getting anything at Sephora anymore, and I'm going home to get my ass beat. So time goes on, they're arguing back and forth, and the little girl kind of is just, she's not having it. She's like, I'm not putting anything back, like, no. So finally the little girl's like, okay, fine, I'll take it out. And she takes it out, and then she goes, but that's the last thing I'm taking out. I'm not taking anything else out. Like, I'm sorry, who's the mom here? Because this is the problem. The problem isn't the kids, it's the parents. Because why aren't you guys sitting there saying, you know, holding your ground? Like, these iPad kids, these little girls have never heard the word no, and they kind of just get what they want so they can shut up and the parents can move on with their day. Okay, so then once she removes the perfume, the total was still at like $700. And the mom's like, take something else out. And the little girl's like, no, I already told you I'm not taking anything else out. And then, you know, me trying to like be nice and also get this line moving, I'm just like, hey, like, I see that you have 3 Glossier lip products, like, and they're all the same flavor, like, did you want all 3? And the mom looks at me kind of like saying like, thank you, and then looks at the little girl and she's like, yeah, I know that there's 3. I didn't know what to do. I said, you're right there's 3. I'm sorry. Stupid fucking thing of me to say. Like, there's 3 and there's a reason there's 3, so I'm so sorry. You're right. So then I just shut the fuck up. Long story short, after minutes and minutes of arguing, the little girl ended up spending $500 at Sephora instead of almost $900, and the mom was okay with that. I've seen a lot of people talking about the ways we can avoid having these little girls come into Sephora, but there's literally no way that it's going to happen without the action of the parents. Moral of the story is, we can make all the story times in the world about how these little girls behave, but nothing is going to change until the parents change.
Also, 2019 came, and we also know that COVID took a huge hit on the whole world, and due to this, many people did not go outside, and it greatly affected kids. They had much time indoors, they didn't have that much time outdoors, so they were just glued with their phones, glued to their tablets, and they were always on the internet. And due to this, they actually did miss out on socializing. And now they think that the online world is literally the real deal. It's like they see themselves as mini adults when they are not even teens. Another people I would blame is social media, because the obsession with social media, skincare, and makeup is, in my view, picked up from adults. Places like Sephora are meant for young adults and all, but thanks to social media, kids now think that it's their go-to place. TikTok especially is known for making products famous through influencers, and because kids are mostly online and most kids are on TikTok, due to this, them seeing these adverts or seeing these videos, it just puts them under pressure to just buy whatever is trending at that moment. Let's take it back to those therapists I spoke about earlier, therapist Fleming and therapist McCarthy. They actually told BuzzFeed that they were noticing that more twins focus more on their appearance instead of age-appropriate interests. And they also mentioned that it seems like the influence of social media is steering them in a direction that might not just be the best to their development, which is actually true. Unfortunately, these children, they see online as real life. Some people actually believe that this is just a phase that obviously is a trend, and trends come and go. But other people, they're saying that this is not temporary. They are saying that this is not a phase. According to Piper Sandler's survey on teen spending habits, teens are dishing out an average of $324 each year on basic beauty essentials like makeup, skincare, and fragrance. But honestly, I think now is actually more.
And the little girl calls the sister over, and the sister's like, what? Like, how much is it? And she's like, well, how much was yours? And the sister goes, $500. She said that so normal, like, she literally looked at her and said, yeah, $500. So the one that I'm helping out goes, well, mine is almost $900.
I feel like if they do that research again at the end of this year, I feel like it's going to be like 3 times more. While this survey specifically does not cover Gen Alpha, it's seen as a good indicator of where spending habits might be headed for other age groups, especially the preteens. Brands that manage to win the loyalty of Gen Alpha could potentially keep them as customers for a good while. However, it's also very crucial to keep in mind that their preferences in products are likely to change as they grow older, and because of this means that brands will have to stay vigilant and they'll have to stay in the loop of what is trending among this generation. To tackle the challenges that arise from Gen Alpha's growing interest in beauty and skincare, there are some key steps that can make a difference. First off, let's put the spotlight back on parents. I don't know, I would always say that parents are to blame. Parents should be encouraged to teach these children important values rather than just buying stuff for their children. A balanced parenting approach emphasizes essential life skills, and this can lead to healthier development for these children. Honestly, some parents just think they can just wake up and just buy whatever for their children instead of, I feel like it's a way of shutting them up instead of just taking that extra step to just teach them right from wrong.
To tell you, because I know this is going to hurt to hear, okay? So just try and bear with me. But if you're a millennial parent, these 10-year-old Sephora girl problems, it's your fault. We are now seeing the direct live results of what happens when iPad kids grow up and are starting to go out into the world. Let's do a little history lesson here for you, okay? The very first iPad to come out came out in 2010, which means these 10-year-old Sephora little monsters who are going through an entire Sephora, ravaging it like it's Tortuga Island in Pirates of the Caribbean, they are the ideal candidate of the people that were growing up doing nothing but sticking their faces inside of iPads. And lo and behold, look what happens. They get out into the public and have absolutely no idea how to function in society, which makes total sense when you consider the fact that as an iPad kid, you're not developing any type of cognitive just benefits to your life. You have no personality that you create for yourself. It's only what you see on an iPad screen, okay? You're not developing any type of social cues, how to behave in public, the types of interactions that you really have with people, not that's facilitated and fake on a screen. Think about how many get ready with me videos these poor girls are sitting there rotting their brains to, right? And then they get out in public with their little friend groups and they're like, oh, look at all the makeup that these influencers are using, but they don't know how to handle themselves. So what are they gonna do? They're gonna just do their primal fucking human urges of just, let's just fucking ruin shit. I love the videos where people talk about the reactions of them going up to these 10-year-old Sephora girls and trying to confront them and being like, hey, you can't do that. The fact that they're like lashing back out at the adults or saying the most rude, like horrible shit back to them. And it makes sense when you replace parenting with a fucking computer screen with unmitigated, complete and total access to the World Wide Web. This is the the result you're gonna get. Nobody's teaching these kids right from wrong, okay? Nobody's giving these kids any spankings anymore. Their entire life, their entire personality is built into these iPads and what they see online. I know what some of you were thinking. Some of you are coming to the defense of these 10-year-old Sephora girls. Well, you don't understand. When you were 10 years old, you didn't always act right. Bitch, please, when I was 10 years old, I used to get something called a preventative ass whooping. Do you know what that is? It was where your parents would grab you, bring you close, and with a dead stare in their eyes, they'd look you right into your soul, and they would say something like, listen, you little we're gonna go into the store. I gotta go get some stuff. But if you act out, if you disrespect anything, if you touch some shit you're not supposed to touch, and if you mess around, so help me God, I'm gonna stone cold stun you into next week. Do you understand me? They give you a little love tap on your ass so you know that it's a little preview sample of what's to come if you fuck.
Instead of getting caught up with latest trends, parents can actually teach their kids or help their kids learn skills that just go beyond this one thing. Things like understanding social media and being smart consumers. These skills would give them the confidence to think for themselves. Another thing is education. Education is also a big player in guiding these children towards responsible beauty habits. Bringing age-appropriate skincare education into the picture and including beauty topics in school lessons can actually give kids a understanding of these things from an early age. I know it's sad to say that, oh, these children should be taught about beauty in school. But the thing is, they already know about it, so you might as well just teach them, if that makes sense. Another important point is social media literacy. It's about teaching this generation of people how to behave online and also having open talks about how social media can affect how they also see themselves. This way, both parents and kids can also navigate the online world more wisely. Lastly, brands actually have a say in shaping what this generation of children think is cool. Brands should be encouraged to create products that are suitable for their age, for the age of these children, and also promote responsible marketing practices. Trust me, I feel like this would make a very huge difference. If brands match their products and how they talk about them with this generation of children as they grow up, it would lead to a positive impact on their beauty and skincare choices. So guys, that's all I have for you guys today. This is literally my shortest video so far. I just thought I should just put this out there. But guys, that's all I have for you today. If you're not subscribed to my channel, kindly subscribe to my channel. Oh my days, I had to use my whole energy to speak to you guys because guys, I think I'm down with something. I am like so weak in my body. But that being said, I'm going to go and take a shower and sleep and edit this tomorrow. But thank you guys so much for the love, and thank you so much. So I'm going to see you guys in my next video. Kindly like this video because this is how the algorithm will push my video out. And thank you guys so much. Until next time, bye.